Hey guys, it's me, Lauren Bersalio, and I'm here with another Sunday video. I haven't done a video for a couple weeks now, and I feel really bad about that. Time and life just got away on me. So yeah, anyways, I'm here now and I'm doing a video. I was asked recently on Twitter how long it took me to recover from my eating disorder. And I thought it was a really interesting question. And I kind of answered it there, but then I decided that I would answer it also in an upcoming video because I think that it's something important to talk about. In short, just a little kind of spoiler alert or something, I'm not going to really say how long it took me to recover. The answer that I gave to this person was that it's not really about the timing and that everybody's different. So I know when you're in recovery, it can seem sometimes like it's moving so slowly, and you kind of look around and you see all the other people that maybe they're in your support group, or maybe they're other friends who are also in recovery or in some form of recovery community you're a part of, maybe in the Libro Network community, and you kind of feel like you're falling behind, and you feel like everyone's kind of working at a different pace than you, and they're so much further ahead and so much further along. But you can't really get caught up in this, and you can't really think that way, because the truth is there's several, maybe there'll be seven, but several things to consider. First of all, you don't really know someone's journey. So you don't know, you see it, publicly. You kind of see like the public idea of kind of how they seem to be moving along or moving forward, but you don't really know that for sure, and you don't really know that for a fact. And as well, very often I find that even for myself, let's talk about for me, I kind of called myself fully recovered sooner than was actually the truth about being fully recovered. And that's not because I was being dishonest or deceitful or anything. It's because I truly thought I was fully recovered, and then I relapsed. And kind of the years that I've spent kind of in this kind of community, or in the recovery kind of world, I'm realizing that's actually really normal for people to really honestly believe they're fully recovered, and then they slip up, and then they relapse and realize they weren't. I'm not saying this to discourage you. Relapse is totally normal. It's a part of growth in recovery if you use it the right way. Maybe I should do a video on that in the future. I think maybe I will. Comment if you want me to talk about that later. But that's one of the reasons you can't totally focus on someone else's journey or where someone else perceives to be, because you don't really know for a fact where they are, and you also don't really know for a fact, are they fully recovered, or for all you know, you could stress and feel, less than, and feel discouraged only for that person to go through a slip up or a relapse the next month. Not that you ever wish that upon someone, but you just don't really know. So that's one reason not to focus on other people. Another reason is everyone starts their journey at a different time. So I might have started my journey in 2010, or earlier. Someone else might have started it in 2011, maybe January, maybe August, maybe June, like maybe 2005, maybe 2013. Everyone's starting at a different point. So it's really hard also to compare yourself, because it's not like a race where all of a sudden it's like, boom, everybody go and run and there's a winner. Another reason is because you have to get rid of that race mentality. So often it's kind of this, it feels like a race, and full recovery is the finish line, and it's just getting there as fast as you can and feeling discouraged because other people are getting there faster, and it can be really stressful and tricky in that sense. But it's not a race, it's a journey. And yes, there's kind of a finish line, but I don't like to call it that. I like to say that it's more just, you're kind of stepping over a boundary. So it's not really a finish line. It's like there's kind of life before you even enter recovery. Then there's kind of life during recovery. And then there's life after recovery. And there's kind of like borders, I guess, in between each one. And they aren't finish lines, or, I guess it's a goal, but it's not really a finish line that you're, rushing to get to as soon as possible. It's just a direction that you're headed in. And so when you're on a journey, when you're traveling, well, okay, my family's always traveling against the clock, like, let's get there fast. But when you're on a journey and you're just kind of headed to a destination, you enjoy it a lot more, and you get a lot more from it when you're not so worried about the time. And maybe you'll get there in you know, what you would consider a really good time, so let's call it short time, and maybe you'll get there in longer time. Sometimes the journeys that take longer are actually the most enjoyable. We took a family road trip through Namibia, and my brother was the one who planned the whole thing, and he miscalculated by, I don't know if it was 500 kilometers or 2,000 kilometers, I don't even know, like huge. And we took all these, like, he'd say, oh, there's this over here. It's just a few minutes up the road. 2 hours later down this dirt road, we're like, where are we? But we ended up at dinosaur footprints, guys. And another time, oh, just up here. We should turn off here. It's just a few kilometers. Again, like 2 hours later. But where were we? We were at a meteorite. And it was just the coolest, most amazing trip I've ever been on. And had we been stressed and rushing against the clock and trying to figure out like the fastest way, the shortest way, cutting out some of the parts of the journey, we would have really missed out, and it wouldn't have been such a great trip and such a great journey. So that's another reason why you have to kind of get rid of this race mentality and think more about it as a journey, as a trip, and as crossing like borders or boundaries versus hitting some kind of finish line. And finally, you just have to realize that everyone's different and everyone's journey is different, and you're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself to try to find a timeline. And by hunting out other people's timelines, you can really kind of set yourself up for failure, and it can be kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in a sense, or a situation where, I mean, if you don't ask and you don't know, then you can't really compare or compete. But if you're asking and watching and paying attention, you can't help but compete and you can't help but compare. I went through this in recovery too, where I would feel like this person seems so much further ahead than me. And then I'd find out later from that person that they felt like I was so much further ahead than them. So you just don't know. And I know I keep repeating myself on that point, but that's the most important point. You don't really know other people's journeys, so you have to just focus on your own. The only thing you should focus on when it comes to other people is that other people recover, and so can you. So it doesn't matter how long it took me to recover or how long it took that person to recover, anything like that. What matters is the fact that they did, which means recovery is possible and there is hope. I'm going to leave you with this quick thing. I have been talking with this about almost every single person I've had coffee with over the past week. This has come up in some form, and it's fitting in this too. I keep talking about, or all the people I'm talking to keep talking about putting blinders on. And so those are kind of, you know, those horse blinders, and they put them on them so they can't look around and see anything. So they just are focused on what they're doing, focused on moving forward, focused on whatever the goal is. The same goes in recovery. You just have to put your blinders on. You can't pay attention to what everyone else is doing. You can't be looking around you, looking forward looking backwards, seeing what's going on. Put the blinders on and just focus on your journey and make the best of your journey and just keep moving forward. And yeah, do you know what? You're going to slip up and you're going to have relapses and it's going to suck, but they get less and less sucky each time. Make the most of each one. Pick yourself up and keep moving forward with those blinders, and don't worry what everybody else is doing or where everybody else is at or anything about timing or feeling like you're moving too slow, because that's ultimately not what it's about, and it's not going to be productive for you. So just do the best that you can. Do everything you can to be proactive and productive. Maybe I'll do a video on that as well. Tips on how to be proactive and productive in recovery. That would be a good one. And just focus on you. Because ultimately that's what it's about. It's about you and it's about your journey. And just remember, recovery is possible. And so it's not about how fast you get there. It's just knowing that if you keep moving forward, you will get there. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope I didn't talk too fast. I'm rushing out the door, so I'm kind of like scattered. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or follow me on Twitter at Lauren Biseg. I'm doing a lot of kind of conversations and stuff over there, so you can tweet questions to me. I'll answer them. I updated my website too, guys, laurenbersaglio.com, so check it out. I'll link to it below. I'm really excited about the new kind of layout and design. And next week's video is going to be over on Libro Network TV, so look out for that. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.